warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, my name is Cahya Namira. I'm from 4C. My last student ID number is 119, and today I wanna retell about my novel that I've read is The Bone Collector by Jeffrey Deaver. Let's get started. The story takes place in New York City. It begins when a man suddenly disappears, and not long after his body is found buried near an abandoned railway track. What makes the case unusual is that the killer left strange clues at every crime scene. The police know these clues are important, but no one understands what they mean. Because of that, they ask to help from Lincoln Rhyme. Lincoln Rhyme is a former forensic investigator who was once considered one of the best in New York, but unfortunately, after a serious accident during an investigation, he becomes paralyzed from neck down. He can no longer visit crime scenes. At the beginning of the story, he has almost lost hope. He feels that his career is over and that he can no longer contribute to society. At the same time, we met Amelia Sachs, a young patrol police officer. One day, while working near the railway tracks, she discovers important evidence connected to the murder. Instead of disturbing the crime scene, she carefully protects every piece of evidence until investigators arrive. He carefully worked immediately catch Lincoln Rhyme's attention. Even though Rhyme cannot leave his bed, he asks Amelia to become his partner. From the moment they begin work together, Amelia visits each crime scene, collects evidence, and reports everything to Rhyme. Then Rhyme analyzes every detail from his room using his knowledge of forensic science. Their teamwork becomes one of the most interesting parts of the story, because each of them has different strengths. As the investigations continue, more victims are found. Every new crime scene contains different clues, such as old subject, old object, unusual symbol, tiny fibers, footprints, or pieces of paper. At first, these clues seem completely unrelated, but Rhyme believes that every small detail has a meaning. Slowly, he starts connecting them all like pieces of a puzzle. The police also discover that they are not dealing with an ordinary criminal. The bone collector is extremely intelligent. He carefully plans every murder and even predicts how the investigator will respond. Sometimes it feels like if the killer is always one step ahead. This makes the investigation more dangerous, because every mistake could cost another person's life. As the story moves forward, Amelia also changed a lot in the beginning. She often doubts herself because she thinks she is just an ordinary patrol officer. However, after working with Rhyme, she becomes more confident. She learns how to observe crime scenes carefully, think critically, and make important decisions under pressure. Instead of simply following instructions, she gradually becomes a skilled investigator who can solve problems on her own. Meanwhile, Lincoln Rhyme also changed emotionally at first. He feels like hopeless because of his psychical condition, but through the investigation and his partner with Amelia Sachs, he slowly finds a new purpose in life. He realized that even though his body has limitations, his intelligence and experience can still save people. Finally, after connecting all the clues left behind by the killer, Rhyme and Amelia discover the bone collector's true identity. The final confrontation is very tense because the killer still tries to outsmart them. Until the very end, however, thanks to teamwork, patience, and careful forensic analysis, they are finally able to stop him before more innocent people becomes a victim. What I like most about this novel is not only about catching a serial killer, it is also about overcoming personal struggles and learning to trust yourself. Lincoln Rhyme teach us that cycle limitation do not have to stop someone from making a difference. Amilasa show us that confidence comes through experience, hard work, and willingness to keep learning. Overall, I think The Bone Collector is very exciting thriller because it combines mystery, forensic science, suspense, and strong character development. Every chapter made me curious about what would happen next. Every chapter and the relationship between Lincoln and Amelia Sack made a story even more interesting. I would definitely recommend this novel to anyone who enjoy mystery and crime stories. Thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoy my retelling novel. See you next time.